Shalom, peace and greetings, family, and peace and greetings, family. This is your brother Maury Ariah Israel, right here for Liberation Tabernacle of Yah, one more time, and Liberation Tabernacle Ministries as well. Thank you for tuning in right here to this video channel, and always appreciate you, most definitely indeed. And have to say it, y'all know I always got to start off by saying I thank all of the new subscribers. Everybody have just recently subscribed to you. All peace and greetings, and thank you again for subscribing. Like I said, this channel is not about me. It's not about me. My brother Moray Dave, which he don't do the YouTube, but he holds down the other podcast station right there. iHeartRadio and things of that nature. He hold it down right there for the talk show, audio podcast, Brother Moray David Israel. So this thing is not about us, man. It's about the truth. It's about getting understanding and getting wisdom and knowledge and true understanding, brothers. So this is what it's about, right? And sometime in trying to share that, man, you have people, oh man, sometime, hey, people get caught up in their feelings and understand it, because people are passionate sometimes. Some people are passionate about what they believe in. So they hear something that seems to go against what they're basing their lives on. Yeah, some people, we get in defense mode, right? Because you love it, you think it's this is what it is. So here today, I just want to come in here briefly, brothers and sisters, to talk about believing is one thing, but having the truth about what you're believing in is another. Knowing the truth about what you're subscribing to is another. And there are so many things that our people have subscribe to certain things, put their belief in certain things, and don't have a background knowledge of the things that they're basing their life on, right? You should know about the things that you're basing your life upon, because this is something that you subscribe to, and it's certain principles and things, and you're basing your life on it, trying to live your life by the principles of these things. You should try to get a clear understanding of where these concepts actually come from. Where did they originate from? Now, you know how they tell you, like an organization, right? Never join an organization without knowing the history of the organization, knowing how it got founded, knowing who were the founders of it. Just knowing the foundation of it. Never join anything without studying the background of it, right? So even with these certain faith walks, and I know people hate me when I say the word religion, or we say traditions. Even in these traditions, whether it's, I don't care if it's Judaism or the Israelite tradition. Well, I'm going to say it first like this. The Israelite tradition, then later came Judaism, and y'all have to know this history. I go into some of that a little bit later in some upcoming videos. Then whether it goes to Christianity, Islam, whatever else, right? And that's out there, other religions that's out there. I don't care if the Ifa tradition, whatever. You should know the background to it. You should know the history of it, right? Especially if you're going to base your life on it and things like that, you should know the background. So even with the Israelite tradition, even coming with how the Bible, as we say that, even the Tanakh, whatever, right? How it came into being. I know you and I say, well, the Most High gave it to Moses. It's deeper than that, y'all. It's deeper than that. That's what I'm just trying to convey to you. It's deeper than that. So I want to keep showing y'all this book, man. I keep saying this is a recommended book. I advise you to get right here. Let me see. I advise y'all to get. I keep showing it, and I just looked it up on eBay. I see one on eBay, I think, for like $6. A used book, the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Bible Facts. Man, I'm telling you, this book, what he said, is off the chain. It is very informational. Look how thick it is, man. It is very informational. If you're going to deal with, when you say the Bible, you need to have this in your library. If you're really sincere student about learning, you need to have this in your library. Like I said, I've seen it on eBay, excuse me. It's on Amazon too. But I just seen it on eBay for like $6 and some change. It's used, and I've seen it on Thrifty Books for like $5. So you can get it used, but I'm telling you, it goes into so many different things. But I want to just show y'all something here. I'm not going to make this a long video. I'm not going to make this real long, but I want to show you something, brothers and sisters, because I talked about something in my on my last videos and things of this nature, and how every culture, because has its own creation story. It is. Because I was talking about how the Bible, or we'll say the Bible, Tanakh, whichever one of y'all want to use. I'm just going to use Bible right now, right? Not going to be technical, say Tanakh, New Testament, Old Testament. No, we're just going to say the Bible, right? Just say that. But like I said, it's not a world history book. It's not. I don't care. I don't care who like what I'm saying, and you disagree, you disagree, you agree. Hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Because when I say that, people, yes it is. It tells the story. No, it's not. Because, like I said, there are stories from other civilizations, other nations, other cultures that existed long before we have anything that's talking about a Bible, Hebrews, tradition, and all of this, that had creation myths, and we can put that out, creation myth stories, explaining their version of how things began, long before there ever was a known as a Torah and things of this nature, right? Because again, do they not say that Moses was the one who written Genesis? And you would have to ask, well, how did Moses know this? But we, even some rabbis will say, well, and I always used to wonder that, like I said, well, a lot of these things were passed on through, tradition, passed down through tradition in those stories, that myth stuff. So anyway, I want to let me turn my phone around, and I'll show y'all something, like something that I was talking about, like for one here. Now, this is in this section of this book that I was showing y'all about, the illustrated Bible, because this is some of the sections they have. It's talking about pagan religions and cultures. Now, this was one of the chapters I'm kind of briefly going through right now. I'm going to have some things I want to show y'all on video. I'm reading some things and I'm screenshotting some shooting or shotting, however you want to see it. Yeah, taking screenshots. There you go. I can't get my words right. Taking screenshots of certain pages so I can show y'all when I get on my computer. So my internet has been down lately, man. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I'm doing screenshots of some things as I read so I can show y'all on the computer. But right now I just want to show y'all this. Like, here's something. The Egyptian creation story. Then you see down there the Babylonian creation story, right? And just look at this here. Focus. Egyptians had at least 5 different stories that explain the origins of the world, the gods, and man. They have several different, stories. They had several different stories how the world began and how it came into creation. Look at the Babylonian creation story. It says the most complete creation account from Babylon is usually called the Enumalish. Y'all ever read that before, the Enumalish? Yeah. I remember we used to go through a lot of this stuff when I was in the Wabi, and in the Wabian Nation, we went through a lot of this. So, it goes through a lot of the Apshu, Tiamat. Y'all ever heard of Tiamat? Yes, sir. So, like I said, in the beginning, there were 2 gods, Apshu and Tiamat. Yeah, who represented the I'm trying to read through my phone, y'all. The fresh waters, male, and perennial waters, the female. So, there's a lot of different stuff. And even over here, let me keep going, show y'all some stuff. I'm not going to read this here, but to show you, talking about that creation story. And if I go over here, there was another page. See, they have even the pagan flood myth. Now, they call it pagan flood myth. They have a myth story about the flood story. Now, and I remember that, like, they talked about in I think it's the Sumerian, they had somebody, instead of Noah, it was someone who was called, it would have been like Unafishtim in the creation story. And I think, what was it called, that ancient story? I forget what it was called right now, right off the top of my head. But they have, and even in here, it talks about different, in their traditions, the flood stories. So yeah, so when you go back and really just start researching ancient cultures and things, brothers and sisters, you will find, let me turn this, you will find that a lot of different cultures had a lot of different, like I said, creation stories. There's a lot of different myth stories. Like I said, the flood story, and I think old ancient Mesopotamian or Sumerians talking about someone, not Noah, but named Unnefishtim. Yeah, that's before there was a Bible, the Bible myth stories. And some even scholars say that that flood story was actually pulled from that. It was actually pulled from that and created the Bible story that we have. But yeah, man, we got, like, you got to do your research. Like there's books that I have, other books that I showed y'all. I study a lot of different things, like on what they call religion, and looking at other myth stories and people, how their religion. And like here, there was one I bought, today's religion, but it goes into all the different religions. We talked about Judaism, give you the history, Judaism. Here's another one I'm gonna do some screenshots from and share with you as well. It's world religions from ancient to the present, from ancient history to the present. See, I study a lot of things, man, brothers and sisters, that goes into stuff. This one goes into prehistoric. Let me share this here in the back. Share this here right fast, and can y'all see this? See prehistoric religion, tribal religions in Asia. Y'all see a lot of this. Where I see Judaism down there, somewhere they have Judaism right beside Japan. Yeah, Christianity. This thing here goes through a lot. Let me see here just for a sec, because I got some screenshots I want to show y'all. And y'all remember I was saying something about how let me show y'all this right here. I think I got this on a screenshot so I can share. See, they talking about from Hebrewism to Judaism, right? Now, you have to study this. I showed y'all, it was another book is in the house, show you how there was a transformation going from biblical Israelite tradition, or some called biblical Hebrew, biblical tradition, to the Judaism. And this is where y'all have to learn. There was a transformation. There was a, what they call like an evolution, and from over time. See now, but here it says a long and slow transformation took place, at the end of which biblical Hebrewism emerged as rabbinical Judaism. This is what y'all really need to understand and study, right? Now, just look at this part too. It says the set of the Sumerians who rejected rabbinical interpretations of scriptures and confined themselves to a literal application of they call it the Pentateuch, became more and more removed from the center of Jewish tradition. So this goes into a lot of everything about now they talk about Judaism, and I know some people, well, they don't do no Judaism, but there's a lot of things you have to go into this history to need to read and understand. It was something else I wanted to show y'all right here, and I talked about, as they say, on the last video, I think about, Yahweh or the Most High being a tribal God. Well, when y'all get into some history and really start studying this thing, you will find, you start looking up Yahweh and stuff, they will show you that it were at one time a like I said, let's read it right here. It says the Bible moved from a restricted view of God as a national deity to a more universal conception of him as the God of all nations, which are but instruments in his hand. Because now when you go and look at this, right, they will show you through you study the history of this, they will tell you that the God Yahweh and stuff, it was just like a tribal God. So when people really utilize that, as they say, as Psalms, let me turn this. People get to talking about Psalms 147 again, right? 147, 19 and 20, that he hadn't showed no other nation, the God Yahweh and stuff hadn't shown another nation. Well, technically, when they really want to look at it from the start, you would have been right that he didn't deal with no other nation, because at one time they say Yahweh, whatever y'all want to say, the Israelites deity or God, he was only a national God, a tribalistic God. It wasn't known to them because every other culture had their own different deity. And now some of them, when you get into a lot of this and start studying, this is why I say you got to study the past. You have to really look at ancient cultures and look at what was their belief and what would they ascribe to. So it's like the whole point, y'all. Come on, let's get into this. So how could you have this thing talking about they're worshiping other gods, the whole commandment about serving other gods, and I am a jealous God if there was no other gods? Now y'all might like, wait, man, bro, oh, Ari, are you tripping, bro? What? I thought you was a Tanakh only. I'm just trying to tell y'all the facts, man. When you get into this, and I'm not the only one. There's other Bible believers that teach this stuff. There's actually I've seen other people who do subscribe to Tanakh and all of this. They go into these type of things. They don't hide it. That's why I'm saying true scholarship. You don't hide it, man. It does not change the truly what you believe in, because again, you study the principles. You go in, you find and study the principles behind the stories, the mythology and things of this nature. See, some of y'all just take stuff damn literal. You want to take it too literal. And I'm going to have to say a lot of things, and I got to say this, a lot, especially with the Hebrew Israelite community, I got to say it. You're trying to make this all about you and your black nationalism. Hey, you missing the whole point in it anyway. You missing the point, brothers and sisters. You missing it. You're missing the principles of the stories. And I got some stuff, I get into that, tell you about the stories, how they go in it, and telling you about the stories in here. So yeah, true scholarship and people who, scholars and really people trying to be sincere, man, you study. Go back and study the ancient path. That's why you had this whole thing, you're arguing about Christianity, the Jesus concept, because again, it would take you back to how people believed at one time, certain deities. Oh, that's what I want to say. Go ahead. Because even in this book even goes into and tells you about how like certain deities, and I remember studying this again as an Nawabian, old Nawabian, how like even Dr. York used to have and tell us that like certain people was equivalent to other people. Like you got, like you say, the Bible, you got Cain and Abel, right? But there also was equivalent to that, right? That you had in the Comparative theology or tradition, you had two rival brothers who was who? They called them Asa and Set, right? Some say Osiris and Set. Then, you know, you had in other myths in Sumerian doctrine, you had two rival brothers, Enki and Enlil, two rival brothers. So you see how different traditions had these same type of, and now remember now, Enki, Enlil, and Osa and Oset story goes come way before the Bible narrative. Come way before the Bible narrative, and there's many more. So when you start studying a lot of these other civilizations and cultures, you will see there's some equivalence to it. And like even some of the deities, like they tell you the gods of the Romans wasn't nothing but the Greek gods. Names just changed. The same deities, names change. That's it. So when you even hear like in the conscious community be talking about a lot of like, they talk about how things they stole from the Kemetic tradition and using the Bible and all. People had borrowed cultures. People had borrowed things. Yes, they borrowed certain traditions and maybe changed the names because of their languages that they were speaking and other different concepts. People had borrowed things, man. Come on, brothers and sisters. Hell, we do it today. They started off with one type of vehicle at first, right? The Ford, I guess. You know, Ford started out, whatever dude's name. Henry Ford. The Ford. Now you have a variety of different car models and makes and models out here now, right? But it only started off with one. So yeah, you got many different companies out here that make a variety of different cars and stuff. So even in ancient times, people did that. So we have to, you know, in Israel, y'all have to realize when you study it, it does not take away from what you believe in. It's supposed to enhance your knowledge. It's supposed to enhance you so you have a true understanding of what you're getting into. what you're studying, what you're basing your life on. See, I've been into different traditions, like they call different schools of thought. And I thank the Most High that I've done that. Like, people might say, man, you jumping around over here. 1 minute you Muslim, you Christian. 1 minute you Muslim. When you Kemet, you did that. You don't know what you want to be. But it was schools of thought. That's why I'm really glad that I was able to do that. I didn't know why. I'm saying I'm searching. But as I done that, now my understanding, and as I reflect on all of them lessons and practicing this now, because I lived those traditions. I lived as a Muslim. You know, all of these different Kemet. So as going through that, I have a deep understanding of other people's traditions and these other traditions, because I lived it. So I see the link between a lot of them. When we have arguments, arguing about them, I see the link between them, right? So anyway, brothers, I'm gonna get out of here. But you know, there's one thing to just be a believer, but it's one thing to start getting knowledge and dealing with the facts about what you believe in. You can believe all day long, but you can believe it, but hell, sometimes what you just believing in don't make it true. So yeah. So, you know, it is what it is, brothers and sisters. Hey, man, just study, research. Don't get stagnated. Certain things y'all gonna have to read out. I know you study the Bible, but some things you're gonna have to come outside of the Bible to study to help you understand more about the Bible that you basing your life on. It's just facts. Because there are some things about the Bible that's not in the Bible. People always want to run in the Bible, right? And notice I'm a student of the Bible. I'm just trying to tell y'all the truth, right? That's all I can do is tell you the truth. Like certain things you trying to prove the Bible with the inside of the Bible. Come on now. You can't prove archaeological evidence from reading a verse. Come on now. Because hell, there's certain things they excluded out of the Bible. Right? There's other stuff you have to go and do archaeological. They have archaeological researches and things of this nature that be done to back up what the Bible says. So everything ain't in the Bible. Hell, you don't. The temple ain't in the Bible, but they know there's a temple. So you have to come out of the side of the Bible and do research, man. Don't be scared, unless you don't want to find the truth. That's the only way that you don't want to come out. You don't want to find the truth. Just stay on in there and stay stagnated. What they say, stay inside the box. Me, I'm a brother. I don't like being in the box. I like researching. I like studying. Because I want to be a brother that knows the truth. I'm not going to just base my life on any damn thing, because I have done that. I have followed blindly from a lot of stuff. But me, I'm not willing to do that anymore. I want to know the truth. What they say, y'all? What the little saying say? How they say it? Well, I guess it's in those New Testament so-called. I hear y'all. I forgot what I was gonna say. The truth shall set you free. Something like that. I forgot, y'all. But anyway, I'm gone, y'all. Yeah, shalom. Don't be scared to study, brothers. Don't be scared to study information outside of the Bible. Don't be scared. Study a lot of different. Like a brother told me a long time ago, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gone. I was asking him, it was a Muslim brother, and I used to see him studying about Buddhism and all type of stuff. And I'm like, bro, I don't mean no harm, but I know you're a Muslim. How you studied on this there and studied on this and that? Because it was always other brothers in there, Nation of Islam brothers arguing with the Christian brothers over their beliefs and all of this type of stuff and who wrong and who right. And like he told me, how can you tell another man his religion is wrong if you don't know anything about his religion? Because this brother was studying everything. I mean, he studied all different religions. He liked that book, World Religion. He was on all type of history. But he was right. How can you tell another person what they believe is wrong if you don't have no knowledge of what they believe? I've been stagnated, man. I've been hit with a Mike Tyson punch before. You know, I was believing in certain things like maybe Islam or so-and-so, and I was trying to tell people, man, what they were wrong because they didn't believe what I would believe. And sometimes, man, them people, bruh, woo, they can hit you with a 1-2 punch, man, a real uppercut, because they don't study some stuff about what you believe in that you hadn't even studied on. And sometimes they'll get you, but you ain't going to want to show it, though. You just gonna see, brother, you don't understand. You just don't understand. Yeah, you got popped in your mouth. They popped you dead in your mouth with some stuff because you wasn't studious enough. All thing you did, you listened to other people teaching and telling you, and you just going out regurgitating. And I see that's a lot of what goes on with these camps. And I'm not trying to be, harsh on them or nothing, but that's what a lot of stuff that goes on with these camps. They have scripture breakdown. You just write down what the damn teacher say, what the camp leader says. You don't really study outside of nothing else that they don't told you. And when you get out there, you only regurgitate. Like they say, you got precept books. You only regurgitate those, what they're calling precepts that they don't give you. And then when somebody else really just study and come and pop you in the mouth, I'm not talking about literally punching you in the mouth, y'all, but punch you in your mouth, you're gonna look crazy because they're gonna hit you with some stuff that you're not even studying. Because there's some people that study a lot of stuff about the Bible and they don't even care. They really don't probably give a doggone about the Bible, but they are students. They have probably studied it, probably been into the Bible, and they research deep into history and all of this stuff. So they know a lot of stuff about some things that you into that you hadn't even studied. And this is what you base your life on. Get your study on. Peace.